Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HMG slash PWC WWE Bad Blood 2024 post game show. I am your host, Jimmy T, and my co host, he is the most evil of all doctors. He is Dr. Jeff Lippman. Welcome back to HMG and the PWC, but most importantly, welcome to the Bad Blood post game show. Jeff, what's cracking?
Hey, I'm glad to be back here. I'm co-hosting an HMG show. I feel like I've made it.
Yeah.
I have some breaking news for you. They filmed a segment that wasn't aired during the PLE, and Kevin Owens turned on Cody. Kevin Owens is beating the crap out of Cody.
I called it. Thank you. I don't know if you know this, but I've been saying this on the Smack Attack on every show I've been doing that Kevin Owens was going to turn on Cody, and booyah! Thank you for that one, Jeff. Because I hate to tell everybody that I told you so, but I told you so. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know there was going to be tonight, but I mean, yeah, if everyone knew Kevin Owens was going to turn, it's just that I thought they'd do it on SmackDown. But yeah, wow, cool.
You would have thought, yeah, that's weird. You would have thought they would have done it on Raw or SmackDown. Funny enough, I kind of like the way this PLE sort of was, how do I put it, booked per se, because we didn't have no world title matches other than the women's championship matches being on the line and whatnot. You know, it was all matches of bad blood, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because they went with the tone of the actual show. And on top of that, the only thing that would have been missing from a bad blood matchup here was probably Sheamus and Butch or Pete Dunne, whatever you want to call him.
To say that.
I know, but it's still a bad blood type of match, if you get what I mean by that.
Well, they could have also had Mello against Andrade against LA Knight, again. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. But, I agree. I think the show flowed very nicely. It furthered stories. And yeah, I don't think it lacked for having a men's title match online. And, now you have to watch Raw if you want to see Gunther versus Sami Zayn. And after what we saw tonight, even without the breaking news that we just sort of shared with the audience, yeah, you certainly are going to want to watch SmackDown, live and in color.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. I'm actually pretty hyped for it, like to see what happened here. But I just want to say,
I mean, I resolved the big thing. I mean, I was on a pre-show, I was on a watch along on another channel, and we're wondering, on War Games, is Cody going to be on one of the sides? Well, now we know Cody's going to be otherwise indisposed.
I feel like Cody, I don't know if it's just me or you've noticed as well, but there's been kind of heel tendencies with Cody lately, I feel. And he's kind of becoming a loner. Everyone's getting sick of his shit, if you know what I mean, which I don't blame him, just quietly. Do you think Cody goes on a little
way, though? Remember, he's the one who brought Jay to Raw after he got kicked off SmackDown. I mean, he's always been like the stupid baby face bucking the trend to do what he thinks is right, no matter what. I mean, so yeah. I mean, listen, if you can be a good baby face, you're going to be a better heel. So, and the reverse isn't always the case. So yeah, of course he's going to be. I could see him. I mean, what else are you going to do with AOP at some point? You're going to give him the muscle of Cody. Those two.
Oh no, definitely. But I just feel like he's becoming kind of like a vigilante, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? He's becoming kind of a loner. It reminds me, I know he's going to sound way out there, right? Way out there. But no one's ever thought of it this way. It just gives me that Sting 96 vibes when he was turning into the Crow Sting. Cody ain't turning into any of that, right? But it gives me that vibe where I feel like everybody's turned on him. He doesn't know who to trust anymore. I mean, who can you trust right now when you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting to that point. So I don't know what the end game is with Cody and what they're planning on doing with Cody, but it gives me those vibes for some weird reason, dude.
Maybe he'll have to call on what he really needs, his brother.
Well, they mentioned Goldust actually on the show, funny enough, and his contract is due to be up any day now, I've heard. Or
September was up.
November.
Yeah.
I mean, he's working on a handshake right now, as a matter of fact.
I mean,
I've heard.
He does have a friend named Ricky Starks, who knows when his contract is up. So,
are we going to get the invasion, the AEW invasion, the AEW vigilantes? Is that what's happening?
It's more like the reinforcements than an invasion.
Wouldn't that be something else? We're going to have a 5'2" guy come and help Cody with a whole bunch of Samoans and Tongans,
Who's the
and
five
then we're
foot
going
two
to
guy?
get it was freaking Ricky Starks. Let's be honest. Come on.
He's not 5'2". He's not
I'm
short. He's
joking.
just
I'm
narrow.
exaggerating. Oh, he's short. He's about. Look, man. I'm not saying we're short, but he's a bit shorter than us. I'm
Ricky
5'10",
Starks? I don't
so
think so. I think Ricky Starks is probably tall. I think he's probably 6 feet, 6'1".
no way. I got to look that up. But anyway, whatever the case, if it's Ricky Starks, no one's gonna have a freaking idea who the hell Ricky Starks is in the
Yeah,
broader fan base. If you know, I can't see everyone popping.
well, it doesn't matter. All he needs to do is be walked in by Arn Anderson and Dustin. He'll be fine.
Oh boy, and Glacier, fuck it, why not? Let's bring in Glacier too while we at it.
Sure, that'd be great. I mean, cold as ice
He
or
has walked
whatever.
out.
Whatever. What was his little
He
phrase?
has. Yeah, cold as ice, something like that. But
Yeah,
it
cold as
doesn't
ice.
matter.
What
The
the hell
point
does
is,
that mean?
that's a good question. I have no idea. But he has walked out Cody to numerous matches before in AEW, so
Well,
don't put
I
it
mean,
past.
you know what's not cold as ice? Blood. Blood
What's
is
that?
hot. Blood is supposed to be 98.6 degrees.
Well, it does get cold too, though. Eventually.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
when you're the Undertaker.
Well, yeah, that's a completely different story altogether.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued now where they go with Cody. I mean, what do you think deep down is going to happen before we get into the pay per view?
I'm not intrigued anymore what they're going to do with Cody. They just told us what they're going to do with Cody, and that's Kevin Owens. So there you go.
Boring. We don't
And
need
then,
another
and then we
Kevin
have the
Owens
Battle
match.
of the Champions at Saudi Arabia, where Goldberg is going to spear Gunther, and that's going to allow Cody to retain and get that title belt
Thank you.
as big as he is.
Thank you for bringing that up because I just want to touch on that just quietly. Is it ironic that it's I know he's Austrian, but so was a man from back in the day representing Germany, if you know what I mean. Okay. The H guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but you know what I'm talking about. And now we've got a Jewish superstar in Goldberg, of all places, in Saudi Arabia. We're going to have a match between Gunther and Goldberg. Like, think about it, dude.
Well, it's not going to be Gunther and Goldberg because it's going to be Cody against Goldberg. That's the whole point of this little gimmick. But
What?
in this segment, yeah, the point is it's going to be the two WWE champions, both men and women, are going to be facing each other for this Saudi title that's only going to be defended annually in
Is that how
Saudi
it
Arabia.
works?
Yeah, but neither title is on the line. So, of course, there's going to have to be a schmoz. But in this segment,
So there's no tournament or nothing like that?
not for this. Now maybe there'll be a tournament and they'll have the women's intercontinental championship or whatever announced. But no, listen to this. In this segment, we saw an Austrian, a Jew, and an Arab.
Right, and an Arab.
Give Triple H the Nobel Peace Prize right now.
Come on. I mean, that is fucking brilliant what you just said right now, because that deserves a for them. Actually, you probably didn't hear that. I'll do that again. That's for you there, Jeff.
Yalla.
I mean, but that's Triple H. Yeah, Allah or
Inshallah.
Yalla. No shit. And I could see if you looked at Triple H's face, right, during this segment, it kind of felt like he was smirking throughout the whole thing, like almost giddy about it in some weird way. But I've got a feeling that this wasn't WWE's doing. This is Saudi Arabia's doing, and this is what they want. Because to be fair, Goldberg is not even in the video game this year in WWE 2K24.
Oh, I think you can be assured that that's going to be changing by Christmas time. Just when you need to introduce when Christians want to play with their favorite Jew.
Oh no, you didn't. Well, it's close to Christmas time, right? I mean,
that's right.
By the time that pay-per-view is. But anyway, let's get into the show proper, shall we? And we'll touch a bit more on that when we get to that point.
Speaking of wrestling's favorite Jew, did you see Drew McIntyre had MJF's knee pads on? He had Burberry plaid on his.
Yeah, what was up with that, dude?
I don't know if that's the closest thing to a Scottish plaid he could get on that, or if he was actually trolling Punk, or if they were actually saying hi to MJF, we like you in some way, or if it's just a weird accident. But I'm like, is he sponsored by Burberry? That's phenomenal.
I think don't be surprised if he did that on purpose. I mean, he's been doing a lot of great things in that little sense in terms of Easter eggs. if you know what I mean.
Sure, he
I
did the
mean,
picture
the
of Jungle Boy.
fact that he took, he just took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, the fact that he took a pic with Jungle Boy and pointing at him, that was golden, bro. When he did that, I was like, that's it. You've won this just by doing that, plain and simple. But anyway, revamped in the chat says, I just said last night that WWE needs a Rock, and funny enough, here he is, the final boss. As soon as I found out he was in Georgia, I knew he was going to appear. I said I didn't say it on any of the shows because I didn't know he was he was going to be in Georgia yet. But I was saying it to D, for example, that I think he's going to appear. No, really, I did. I'm not
Is that
kidding.
true, D?
She's not in the room right now, but I'm telling you, you can ask
There's
her.
more than one room.
Oh, you're a character. But also, Revamp said someone asked Triple H at the conference why there hasn't. Oh no, they didn't. Really? Why hasn't been a black talent on the PLE in 3 shows in a row?
Well, he had the whole Arkansas Pine Bluff marching band on the PLA.
Yeah, I didn't see not one person.
Yeah, I mean they had like 40 men and 8 women, and they had the She-Vengers as the hostesses. But no, I know what they mean, and it's true.
Do you think
they don't have any main event level talent that's African American right now, and I guess men on the men's side, Montez Ford is like the obvious one, but he's in a tag team and pretty loyal. But hey,
and to be fair, where have they been up until this point?
Well, they were on last night, but I mean, in 4 years you're going to have Obafemi, Trick Williams, and Carmella Hayes. Main eventing. Yeah, so I mean, things come in cycle. I mean, you can't say it's about people of color because I mean, you've got priests, you've got all the Samoans, all the Tongans. I mean,
right.
The women, you had Bayley, now you have Nia. I mean, it's the Dirty Dom is there. I mean, Cody, I guess theoretically is half Cuban.
Of course, he gets a pass. Fair enough.
Right.
We'll give it to Cody. Yeah, even in the main event, he felt out of place for Christ's sake. But anyway,
right. I mean, listen, it is a valid criticism, but another bad reason for another good reason why they shouldn't have released Bobby Lashley, because he was their only main event caliber American man, and they shouldn't have. They should have offered him all of the money in the world until they developed someone to take that place.
I can't believe
Shane
they
Taylor
got rid of Lashley, bro. Yeah. I can't believe it. But apparently, according to Revamp, I want to check it out after we do the show, but Triple H did have a good answer for it. He said that he sees talent, not color, and there were other people of color, such as Hispanics.
Did he say it in British with color, with the U in it? There's such as Hispanics, he forgot about all the Islanders. Did he forget about all the Samoans?
They're brown. They're technically known as brown. You know what I mean? So, but no, of course, look, I can't see Triple H, honestly. I know it looks bad sometimes, right? And it runs deeper than Triple H. Even back in the Vince days, although Vince pushed quite a few black wrestlers towards the end.
Back to Triple H and Booker T.
I know that, and I'll never forget that. And that looks bad on Triple H. I'm not going to lie. And not just that. What about the DX thing? Remember fucking when he dressed up as Mark Henry? Oh, and The Rock, sorry. He dressed up as The Rock. The Croc. Do you smell what the Croc is cooking? It smells like shit. If you remember. But
I remember.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. That was pretty bad too. But he does have a history. But I truly believe he doesn't sit there and think, he's a black guy. No, I don't want to push him. Do you know what I mean? I just don't see him thinking like that. I could be completely wrong. But in my eyes, I would legitly push talent if I feel they're talent. You know what I mean? If it was me. If that means, there's coincidentally no black wrestler on a PLE because I felt like they weren't talented enough, that's not racism. That's just, they're not talented enough, right? So you got to cut the guy some slack. I mean, this is, it should be equal for everybody. And I think people are looking way too deep into that, man. But I can see they've got a point, though. I just think it's a coincidence, though. But in saying that, he does have a bad history, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think they overrepresented with everything else going on. I mean, they Jacqueline, Booker T, they had all of the rap stars.
Oh my god!
Listen,
dude, it felt like a WrestleMania-esque in terms of celebrities.
Yeah, I listen. All of that didn't make up for one Hardy last night. Why is that guy on my TV ever?
Oh,
Jelly
has
Roll and
he's
Hardy. At
put on
least Jelly Roll
some-
seems like a nice guy. I don't know. Jelly Roll seems like he has a personality. Anyway, I mean, I'm not saying Hardy's not a nice guy.
Hardy.
You know, I just don't know who he just emanates nothing, and he botched his one
Yeah.
line.
I don't mind one song of his, and that was the Royal Rumble song at the time. Other than that, man, not just that, he looks so fat now, man. He's put on a lot of weight. I mean, Jelly Roll's a big guy himself, but at least he's pretty popular. But anyway,
these are not exactly the fitness celebs. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's very strange that they're trying to appeal to the hip hop and the country music demographic. It's like they have like completely given up on like the me demographic. It's like I guess they figure they have the old white guys already who like the Eagles and Led Zeppelin.
yeah, I know. No, they're gone really hip hop. They're very cultured suddenly. It seems.
But also this. I'm going to call it pop country because I don't know what else Jelly Roll and Hardy is, but it sounds like soft country. I mean, it's like not even like, you know, well, I'm trying to think of it. It's not even like Garth Brooks level of hard country.
No, not at all, man. And I just want to welcome Labrat. What's up,
Labrat?
my crap cat? I mean, what are they testing on you this time, Labrat? Please tell me it's not I don't know what to think of, just as long as it's not a bad thing. But anyway, let's get into the first matchup, shall we, Jeff? Because we start, and did I mention we're coming live from Atlanta, Georgia, from the State Farm Arena, formerly the Phillips Arena. But can you believe that the arena's, you know, that got built in 1999 and it still looks pretty modern? That kind of impresses me.
Yeah. Well, you know, the Hawks play there, and the owner of the Hawks is a TKO board member. So there you go. There's some corporate synergies right there. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he was at the show.
Okay. Oh, wow. Didn't Turner originally own the original Omni that was over there?
He owned the Hawks, and then, that's for sure, and the Braves. I don't know if he owned the
Braves. He also owned the arena, which the CNN Center was like pretty much attached to that.
Yeah, that he did. The Omni, I'm not saying yes or no. I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I was like 18. I didn't care.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was like, yeah. When the Omni got crushed, I was like 17. But anyway, Labra says no baby oil, pal. Thank God for that. As long as you're not getting those freak offs, Labrat,
no
take
money,
that.
No problems.
No money, no problems, right. Anyway, let's get into the first match because it is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a hell. In a cell match. You like that, Jeff?
Yeah, it was very scary. Very spooky for Halloween.
It was a Hell in a Cell match. And I knew this match was going to start off first for some reason. I just had that feeling. And boy, did it probably over deliver. I mean, I thought I was going to get bored in this match initially, Jeff, because it went for a long time. I don't know if you realize this, but it was just under an hour, dude. It went for around about 48 to 50 minutes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it started at 6:16, 6:17. Who knows how long the entrances were? But this might be the match of the year. This match was fabulous.
You know what? You might be onto something. It could be match of the year actually, because, well, man, this year is a tough one, Jeff, because I feel like WWE in terms of PLEs have hit them out the park one after the other in 2024. Other than maybe two that I didn't enjoy this year. The one was in Saudi Arabia, the King and Queen of the Ring. I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know if it's Saudi Arabia or what it is. I just didn't enjoy it. And SummerSlam, I wasn't a real big fan of, if I remember correctly. But everything else, I feel like it's just been absolutely awesome. So it's going to be tough to judge what's match of the year. But you know what? I can see where you're coming from. It's going to be hard to choose, but I can definitely see it. It's going to be memorable. You know what I mean? 100%.
I'm not bored for a single second of a match that's more than 35 minutes. That's something, because I'm the weirdest wrestling fan there is. I've been watching wrestling for 50 years, and the thing I'm the least interested in by far is the wrestling. Like, I routinely fast forward through matches just to see what goes on around the matches. I generally don't care.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you don't like Ricochet versus Ospreay?
Seen it before. I mean, I saw it before when they were younger.
Yeah, me too. Exactly. But anyway, how dare you say that, Jeff? How dare you? But you know what's funny? I'm the same, dude. Don't get me wrong. I love a great match, but it's the story and the psychology and all that shit that really draws me into things in the first place. For me to be invested in the match, I need them to invest me into the match and why I should be invested into the match. Sure, you can do banger after banger like for nothing, like AEW does, but that's not what makes you money.
Right, and it's the little things. Like they use the things that you would find in a toolbox under a ring when you're setting up a ring with a cage around it. There was no kendo sticks. There wasn't a fire extinguisher. There wasn't a cinder blocks. When he brought out the thing, everyone was like, is it going to be tacks? Is it going to be glass? And it's like, no, it's going to be the beads. It's going to be, and then it's like, eat these beads nuts. You know, I mean, it was just
these beads nuts.
The color, the use of color. He was, I mean, he was bleeding like Dustin Rhodes in that first AEW match.
Yeah, dude, you know what? Drew McIntyre looked really busted open, bro. Especially when he got the wrench later on and sort of dug it into his forehead more and he started pouring out again. I feel like he bladed himself a little too deep because it looked horrendous.
I think he did exactly what I think he's like, if we're going to make this work, we're going to make this. And, you know, I'm going to use that later. I'm going to say that, you know, I lost a lot of blood and I was lightheaded or whatever. But, you know, this is, and like right now, I'm going to say Drew McIntyre he's probably going to take some time off because his wife is.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
And right now I'm saying he is the favorite to win the Royal Rumble.
Well, he's earned it when you think about it. You know what I mean? I don't like to say he deserves to win it because really he's earned to win it. And WWE kind of worked that way. If you've put your backside on the line for the company all year, which he has, it was like Damien Priest, the way they rewarded Priest for 2023 because he had a magnificent 2023 when you think about it, right? And then they rewarded him with the World Heavyweight Championship, and now look at him. So I can see that 100%, and he should be the favorite. But things change, as we know, when it comes to WWE. So time will tell. But yeah, I've heard both of them are going to take time off, and I'm cool with that. Leave them both off TV now for about 3 weeks. Let everyone else sort of, you know, do their thing, especially now that we're going down to 2 hours again. And actually, before I keep going, what's the go with this 2-hour deal with Raw now? Is this temporarily until we move to Netflix, or is this going to be permanent?
No, it's temporary until they move to Netflix.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. And is SmackDown going to go 3 hours, you think? Because there's a lot of talk of that happening too.
I don't know, but I bet that the TKO team are negotiating that and trying to get some more money out of USA for that third hour.
Interesting. Well, we'll get back to that. Anyway, as we're talking about this match, I mean, I can go on and on. You brought up the toolbox. That looks stiff as hell, the way Punk hit McIntyre on the head, because the truth is, it looked heavy, bro. It really did. It actually looked extremely heavy. And then the way he hit him in the head, I was like, damn, that would have rocked his brains. I mean, these guys were absolutely... I'm shocked at how good Punk even looked in this match. Considering his age, this was the best match he's pulled off since his last WWE run, honestly.
Didn't he have the Iron Man match with MJF? Was that him?
Yeah, he did, but that still doesn't touch this one. I don't care what anyone says.
I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, that's not important. But yeah, I mean, but everything they did was good. I mean, the two of them going through the table on the outside, the use of the stairs, Drew missing the Claymore and landing right on his cocksucks on there. I mean, the GTS with the chain wrapped around Punk's knees.
Oh my God.
Everything was good. Everything made sense. The facials, the ref with the towel, and Drew at some point, get that thing away from me. But other times, I mean, just everything was in the right place at the right time. The camera work was great. Just all of it looked good. I don't know how many different ways to say that I thought this was a spectacular match, and this to me is my match of the year. And you know, listen, I haven't watched AEW in 5.5 months, so I've got nothing to judge it on from there. But this is my match of the year. This is like Charlotte and Rhea a few years ago. Like, I'm going to remember the match when
The
like some of
WrestleMania match.
yeah, like the WrestleMania, like some of the Sheamus and Gunther matches, and some of the Sheamus and Drew and Gunther matches, and the three-way. I mean, there are some matches that I remember. There are very few matches there. This is a match I'm going to remember.
Because it wasn't just how good it was in terms of in-ring, but it told the story, the psychology, everything
Right, it was important. It was Bad Blood. It was
about it
the end of the blood feud.
was just top notch. You know what I mean? And what better guys? Exactly. Spot on. It was exactly that. It was Bad Blood. It was exactly what the pay-per-view was. And as it was meant to be, it's meant to be a Bad Blood and a blood feud. If there was no blood in this, Jesus, come on. You know, thank God they did do the blood. So, yeah, look, if you haven't seen it, if anybody hasn't seen it, go check it out. It is, I mean, it truly is arguably match of the year candidate for sure, man. And more than likely we'll win it, especially at this time of the year, because it's towards the end of the year. It would make sense if it did win match of the year, but we'll see when we get to that point. But next, and I forgot to mention, CM Punk does win, by the way, via pinfall with a chain-loaded go to sleep, as you said, Jeff. And I got this wrong. I actually went with Drew for some reason, dude.
So did I.
Oh, did you? Okay, well. So I would have thought,
I
Drew
thought
being,
Ethan Page was going to get. I thought this was going to be a 5-for-5 schmaz
that would have been perfect.
involved show, and I because I felt that Punk doesn't need anything, and Drew sort of needs it to advance to the next level.
He needs a win, dude. He really does. Like at this point.
But I guess I remember when Punk first came back. It was you, me, and Jargo. I don't know if Chris was also on the same show. But Jargo made an excellent point. He said they have 2 or 3 years max to make money on CM Punk, and WWE has 2 or 3 years max to make money on CM Punk, even with their style. So, he wins this feud. Drew wins the Royal Rumble, and then they're still both top dogs or whatever, and. Who knows? Maybe they'll run this one back at WrestleMania, or who knows? I mean, there could be
I don't think this feud's over. You're going to have to separate him in a draft for it to actually end, in my opinion.
Well, also, I mean, that's one way of the Royal Rumble. You point to the title, you challenge the title holder of the other brand, or you win Elimination Chamber, and the reverse is forced upon you. But anyway, I don't want to, book into the future. I always get carried away with my fantasy booking, projecting forward.
No, I like that. Yo, Big Nick, what's going on? And he says, "Holy sugar, honey, iced tea, boys." What's going on? Go check out his. Yeah, go check out his shows at Wrestling for Life Network. You won't be disappointed. Aren't you guys live right now, Nick? When are you guys doing your Bad Blood review? But anyway, go check it out. Wrestling for Life Network. Sorry, Jeff.
You can't possibly be live now if he's in our chat.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised he's here right now. So, and also Revamp says, funny enough, that Triple H says he doesn't know about Netflix and Raw's length yet. And then apparently SmackDown is 3 hours because Raw was contractually 3 hours for certain money, and so SmackDown replaces that apparently.
That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense because it's USA that didn't renew Raw. So
I don't know. I don't understand the context of that either.
Ended, so no, that's got to be a rumor that's false.
Well, yes. Josh is in the house. T.N. Cooper, I was saying, did you see KO turning heel? Yes. Jeff broke that right at the start of the show.
Yes.
I totally didn't even know about it. Didn't see it, but I predicted it though. I did call it. But anyway, let's move on to the next matchup. Well, post-match, actually, I'll say Punk exits the ring and cage under his own power, but collapses in the ramp and gets some medical assistance. Eventually, he leaves under his own power while the medics check on Drew, and he goes on to say, "Where's my wife? I just want to speak to my wife." And while Drew looks like he's absolutely crying, oh, really, Josh? Thanks, dude. I appreciate that because I want to see that. Thank you.
Did he send us a coupon?
Revamp? Yeah, TN Coupon. Right there. Formerly known as Josh. That's his shoot name.
Okay.
Why?
Well, nice to meet you, Yeshua.
Anyway, we see Jacqueline, Lyndon Garcia, and Booker T in the crowd.
Yeah, Jacqueline
Kathy
looked like
Kelly.
she was like she was about to do a corporate presentation for like Allstate Insurance or something.
Damn, dude, it's weird how much she's changed. I know, she's gotten older and whatnot, but she doesn't have that aura of that Jacqueline from back in the day that would whoop any male or female's backside, dude. I mean, she was one tough woman,
I'm
legit.
sure she's still tough, but I mean,
I'm sure she is, no doubt. She kicked my
you
ass.
can't keep taking horse hormones forever. I mean,
Shit. Horse hormones forever, damn, bro. That deserves a right there for you, Jeff.
mhm, mhm.
But anyway, yeah, it was good. Lyndon Garcia pretty much still looks the same, and Book we
Yeah,
see Book all the time. Nothing's new there. But we
yeah,
do
but
see Kathy.
Booker looked. I mean, he's dressed like a champ.
I love his mustache, bro, with the beard. Too
Yeah,
good.
we saw
But
Arn Anderson, we saw Tully, X-Pac was there,
everybody was there. The whole of the Atlanta hip hop scene was there too, just quietly.
yeah,
But also Kathy Kelly, except for if only we actually had Outcast, then that would have topped it off for Atlanta. But anyway, we see
yeah,
Kathy Kelly's in
Migos
the
was
VIP
there.
suite. True.
Yeah.
We see all the girls at the VIP suite. Bianca Belair says everybody's here. Mika James, Pete Rosenberg, Diamond Dallas Page, and so on. As Jade Cargill is looking forward to Liv versus Rhea, but Naomi is wanting to see her girl in Bayley take down Nia Jax. Now, dude, just quietly, I don't know if you noticed. Did you see how smoky that VIP room was? I mean, there was a lot of going on in there.
I guess smoking is allowed in VIP rooms.
By the way, go check out Raven's joint if you want for your greenery needs.
Right, for all
You won't
your
be
smoking
disappointed.
needs. If you want to smoke up a room,
Absolutely. Big Nick says, anyone notice Tully, etc., teased in the suit? The brain busters, they called him, instead of the horsemen. Can you believe that?
no, but what are the teas? I mean, I saw them both put
I don't
the
know.
four horsemen. Yeah,
I
Scott
don't know
Steiner
what
was
they're
there
teasing me.
right away.
Yeah, he's aged now, dude.
Well, everyone
Unfortunately, but
again,
that's
you
life.
can't take horse hormones your entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Actually,
a price to it usually.
speaking of, hey, Blaze, Nick, come on now. You know me. I don't discriminate. I'm a blazer just like you. I just don't do it on the air. When you see my camera turn off, that's when I'm blazing quickly.
When did
Just
you stop
quietly.
doing it on the air?
Yeah, I thought about it. I used to do it on the air, but then I'm like, it's so unprofessional. Why would I, come on.
Well, yeah,
I thought about it. No one told me not to do it. I just thought, you know what?
it's a big
It just looked
professional
stupid.
operation.
Not just that, I don't want like a family member to just catch this out of nowhere and
Oh,
see me
yeah.
it just looks bad, dude, to be honest. So yeah. I do it off the air. It's not like I hide it. You've seen me. Everyone, the people that I do shows with have all seen me smoke. It's not that. I just don't like doing it on the air per se.
Okay.
But Nick, elaborate a little more what you meant about the Tully in a suit thing, because
Yeah.
I don't totally understand that. But anyway, that leads us to the next matchup, which is for your women's WWE Women's Championship between Bayley
I just want to know how
and
they got
Nia
Tully and Arn
Jax.
to sit next to each other for 5 hours.
That's a good that's a good that's a good question. Yeah, I know Brandon doesn't give a fuck, but I do. So just quietly. I just have I used to do it on the air, but not so much now.
Let's go,
But anyway,
Brandon.
yeah, let's go, Brandon. Wherever he is. He was doing the watch along. I'm sure you guys all tuned in for that for sure. Which was right before us. But anyway, um I I enjoyed this match actually, Jeff. The only thing is it would have been nice to see Tiffy cash in, but unfortunately she didn't. But boy, were the crowd into her.
It's
Um,
too soon.
you know, sorry, Jeff.
Too soon. I know. I think we talked about this before, but this is what they've been doing. They've been having one cash in almost immediately, if not immediately, and the other one goes almost until WrestleMania.
All the way, right?
Yeah.
Well, when do
So
you think?
it's
What's
too
the appropriate
soon.
time for her?
I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be after Royal Rumble. because this year it's not going to be a crown jewel. It's not going to be at Survivor Series, and then nothing happens in December.
Crown jewel. We want a crown jewel for Tiffy. Yeah, whatever.
I
don't know.
Why waste Tiffy? Give her camera time on Crown Jewel when she's going to be in a complete bodysuit.
Oh god, that sucks that they have to do that. But at least they're getting somewhere. I mean, WWE have truly changed some of Saudi Arabia's culture. Really, they actually have, dude.
Give Triple H the Nobel Peace Prize.
How long do we have left on this Saudi deal? Do you think they'll even re-sign this current WWE leadership?
Yes, I do. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure WWE didn't pay for this $1.7 million belt.
Oh my god, dude. We'll get to that in a moment, but apparently that's legit. That is legit as legit can get. And I'm sure the priests and the kings and whatever, no queens over there.
You know, there's going to be a WWE Physical Hall of Fame location in Riyadh. And so, you know, that's going to be there. They're going to.
I heard that. I heard that.
Crown jewels are going to be there, you know, on display all year round.
Dude, the thing is, what makes me laugh, that belt's not going to mean anything after the crown jewel. It's going to be nothing.
Well, but they said it's going to be an annual thing. Listen,
I will tell you, thing.
I don't like it at all. I think it's a stupid idea. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. It's not stupid business-wise. I just don't like it. I think it's. I mean, they already told us, you know, or at least I think they already told us how they're going to protect Cody and Gunther with the Goldberg thing. We already mentioned it. I would far prefer, you know, the predictable triple threat with Gunther, Priest getting his rematch, and Braun Strowman being in there, and Braun Strowman eating the pin, you know, whatever. But this is something they're doing. Apparently, the guy Turkey, I'll say it. He loves like sort of Clash of Champions kind of things. He likes having champions of different boxing and MMA promotions facing each other, and so they're giving it to him. I mean, and it's basically they did the Tony Khan stipulation. Neither title is on the line, so whatever. It's gonna
be a shit show. You know it. We know it. Everyone knows it.
Listen,
it's just going to be.
Hopefully they deliver with the match and the rest of the card. But yeah, I like this? No, I would rather they defended bronze, green belt for the greatest battle royal ever. Nothing.
He's still the Saudi Royal Rumble. What was it called? What was the Royal Rumble thing called again? Was it bigger Royal Rumble
ever?
Oh yeah, greatest Royal Rumble ever. That's it. He's the greatest Royal Rumble ever champion.
Right, well, he should come in with himself and go, "This is the real belt."
I love that.
It'd be funny if he starts wearing it like it's the FTW belt and he plays Hook's music. He uses Hook's music. He starts walking around with a sweatshirt and eating chips. It just cuts like no word or 3-word promos.
Oh, please.
Braun Strowman totally pretends he's Hook, and he walks around with that belt. I love my stupid little jokes.
I love it too. I'm not going to lie. It's funny. I mean, it's amusing to me. I mean, we'd piss on it if it really did happen. Let's be real. But still, we'd laugh at it. It would be pleasantly sort of like funny for me. But Josh says, can we get a Tiffany versus Charlotte women's title at Mania too soon?
You sent us good enough coupons and we'll answer that question. Thank you.
Well, to answer your question, Josh, it's way too soon. You wouldn't do it next year. You do it the year after, if anything, man. First, we need Charlotte to return.
Who's a heel?
Yeah, but we don't have enough of a real build for it, in my opinion, between now and Mania. When is Charlotte coming back? I'm hearing any day now. But
probably Royal Rumble.
Yeah, well, there you go. Say she comes back at the Rumble, which is the most likely scenario, unless there's a women's War Games, and there's going to be a special, I can see that happening too. A mystery.
I could also see her coming for Crown Jewel, just for the big money, for the big payday.
All that. But my point is, I don't think it's worth it yet. There's not enough time. I think I'll do it the year after, man, personally, where you can establish
without a queen. And Nia's like, I'm the queen.
Oh God, that's where she's going to go in. Spot on. She's going to go after Nia because of the queen bullshit, for sure, 100%. Also, that man says, stop with all these meaningless belts. I know.
But I'm told. How do you feel about Braun Strowman doing a hook thing and treating the green belt like the FTW belt? That's solid.
I
That's
love
pure
it.
comedy gold.
Comedy gold, because it'll make him look like even more of a dope if he was to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
I
And
think it'd be great.
unfortunately,
People got it.
it would be great because it's only Braun can pull that off though, because he's just a big dope. You know what I mean?
He's the exact opposite of Hook. I mean, but you look like the vignettes that Hook was doing, like do them frame for frame, except Braun doing it.
With chips as well.
Everything, like someone doing a thing and he just eats a chip and walks away. I mean,
Yeah, but he's talking in that dopey Braun like way, like I'm just sitting here
well, but
eating
whatever.
my
But he was
chips.
just a Tyler Breeze play the role of Orange Cassidy. I mean, whatever.
Oh, dude, I want Tyler Breeze and Dango to turn up against the the MXM collection in AEW. They've grown on me. I'm not gonna lie. The Maximum Male models, Vince got it right with them. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, they suck, and I haven't
Dude, you
watched
should check it
AEW,
out now. They're funny as hell, dude. I'm telling you, man.
but I know that Dango is in TNA. He's part of like their group, the System or whatever.
I know, but I'm been waiting for the fashion police to turn up and actually arrest the Maximum Male models for a bad dress day.
He's like a scout agent producer thing.
Yeah, for WWE he is. Yeah. That's true. Absolutely.
So
and Dango. Yeah, no, unfortunately. But I'm telling you, the Maximum Male models was a bad idea releasing them.
Should we talk about maybe matches on this card?
Yes, we should. And we're talking about fucking Bayley and Nia Jax. Anyway, Tiffy teases cashing in. Didn't happen. You know, Nia catches her like about to cash in. She's like, "You don't turn on me," basically. Nevertheless, Nia ends up squashing, and when I say squashing, I mean literally, not like squash match, but squashes her for the 1-2-3 with an avalanche Samoan drop, or the bonsai drop, whatever you want to call
Bayley
it.
By throwing the case at her when Bayley was on the top turnbuckle, and Bayley threw it back at Tiffy, and that distraction allowed Nia to deliver her
Nia taker.
Yeah, the Nia taker.
Like Ripley said, yeah. But she got up literally like I was like, what?
Well, that was earlier, but yeah, now this was Nia doing the Yoko Nia.
Not Yoko Nia. She's a few things actually, but yeah, continue, Jeff. What else happened?
That's it. Nia wins, and her and Tiffy are still goodish baddish frenemies, and Bayley lost, letting her friend Naomi down.
Well, thank God I got this match right. You know what I mean? So that did you?
God.
I'm sure you would have gone with Nia. 100%.
Yes, I got the first match. I went 3-2, and this is a match I got right.
Me too. I went 3-2, and I bet you the same matches is what we fucked up on, Jeff. But we'll get there.
We'll find out.
I feel like we're going a little bit of a run right now, Jeff, until a certain point. But anyway, as we said, Nia wins. We move on. Pancaked her.
You're already wrong. So yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Oh, interesting. All right. Well, actually, that leads me to the next match, which is Damien Priest versus Finn Balor. I was expecting the match to be okay, but you know what? It was a lot better than I expected. I actually felt like, for a moment, I'm thinking, could Finn actually win this match? And unfortunately, he didn't. I would have felt like it would have been better in storyline if he did win, but nevertheless, Finn absolutely punished, pun intended, Damien Priest. I mean, I felt like he was really slogging on him, dude.
I agree. I mean, this match was very good, and I have to be honest with you, it's a match I didn't care about. But I'm with you. I thought storyline. I think Damien Priest needed Finn to win, because I have no idea what they're going to do with Damien Priest after this. What's he going to move on to? Because he was already the champion, and he was a terrible champion. He botched both of his main event defenses, in pivotal moments where everyone's watching at him with like kickouts and shit.
What's up with that?
I don't. He freaks.
He continuously does this shit.
He sort of botched a kick out in this match too, sort of in the middle. Like Finn was
That's
going
what
to
I'm
kick
saying.
out at 2, and Damien Priest like sort of got up before Finn actually kicked. It's like he doesn't trust the timing anymore. It's like in those moments. Anyway,
Why? Like, what would be the issue? With him. That's what I want to know.
it's in his head. It's in his head. He's listen. I think he's not going to be the man to carry the brand, but he's going to be a level down. He's fine. That's okay. He's Jake the Snake Roberts or Scott Hall or whatever.
I'd say more Scott Hall than a Jake. But I still think he's got another title run left in him.
Maybe a mercy one, but I don't know. Anyway, this is a good match, but this is the one I got wrong. I thought I predicted Finn was going to win because of Judgment Day schmozzing and to further the story, because I don't know what the hell Priest is going to do. I figured Priest needed this to give him something, but we've all sort of had enough of Judgment Day against the Terror Twins, so this is fine. And like I heard the Wyatt Six are going to be targeting Judgment Day, which makes sense because they can get tag team titles, and it feels like they're doing something purpose-driven when they're not really doing anything at all. And I think Nikki Cross, they sort of focused on her in the vignette. So I guess maybe she's going to be the one going after Liv Morgan for a bit while Rhea is playing around with Raquel. So, which was sort of a spoiler for our next match. But so at this point, I'm 1-2. But I thoroughly enjoying the show.
Oh, absolutely, thoroughly enjoying it so far, which is, like I said, it was surprising sort of card, and even this match kind of surprised me. Nevertheless, Priest wins, sorry, and I guess as expected, he what now? I have no idea. But before we move on, Solo P1 in the chat says, finally got you guys live. Love Bin Hamin on the Russo Network. Big time fan of you guys. Solo P1 from London, England. What's up, Solo? Thank you for joining us, bro. Isn't it really late for you, by the way? It'd be really
5
late
hours
for you.
later there where he is. So it's 11. It's almost 4:00 where he is.
Wow.
But is he talking about the two of us that he was looking for, or is he just happy he got a Hamin show live?
I think more Hamin show live.
I think so too, because I'm barely on HMG. It's like, who knows when I'm on.
You're pretty regular. I mean,
Yeah, shit, once a day.
3:48. Holy shit. Damn, you must have loved the earlier starts, right, Solo? I mean, the 6 p.m. start. How do you feel actually about that before I move on, Jeff?
I'm cool with it. I mean, listen, I'm turning 56 next month. I'm plenty okay with the night being over.
You're a character, dude. Oh, this guy always making me laugh. But yeah, Solo, man, make sure you tune in again, because in the morning, as in morning US and Australian time, funny enough, I don't know what time it is for you, but basically 11 a.m. Eastern tonight, actually, or in the morning. Or is it after 12 yet for you? It's not, is it?
What are you trying to say?
Well, that wreckage. It's the AEW wreckage with myself and the vet.
I thought you were building towards outside interference. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, we're doing that. But I'm talking about early in the morning, I got to do the wreckage. Early morning, your time, that is.
Do you have to watch Collision?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. Why? Oh, no, I don't. I hate it, especially on the nights with WWE shows, because it's night and day and it's pathetic.
You got usually. All of it, so you have to watch Rampage and Dynamite too.
They
have like another
and Rampage, yeah.
They have like Wrestle Dream next week.
Okay. I have no idea, but AEW it's so yeah. Well, if it's 5 hours behind you, Solo, remember 11 a.m. Eastern time for New York. That is, just quietly. And daylight savings is just started for me. Now that's going to throw me off, as a matter of fact, Jeff.
Oh, yeah?
Because the time has moved forward, and now I've got to think. I think it's an hour earlier I've got to do this show.
That you just did all your clocks for Eastern Time US.
Yeah, I usually do that. I just haven't gotten around to that, but I will do that now. I'm pretty used to the American time slots now, but anyway, let's get to the next match, because it is. Have you
looked up my good friend Famous B, who's down there in Melbourne yet?
Oh yeah, you said you're going to hook me up with him, right? I can't believe he's living down here. When did this all go down? I mean,
you up with him. I told you he lives in Melbourne, but we follow each other on X on Ickersfell MD, so you can find him
I
there.
follow him on X as well. No, I'm pretty sure I do follow him on X. But it doesn't show anything about him being in Melbourne, though, which is odd.
Well, he only moved there a year ago. I'm not really sure he wants the whole world to know where he is, but he's working for some indie promotions there, and
Is he like on a low, if you know what I mean?
no, I mean, he was on my podcast, so how much of a low can he be on? I mean, granted, it's not a big podcast, but he didn't know that.
True. Oh, Solo, you guys. When I say you guys, I mean you and Big Ray. Oh, thanks, dude.
Heel turn.
I appreciate that, man. I'm
Shut up,
glad that you
Solo
actually
Pie.
check out Like a Raw show every week. Thank you, man. Make sure you keep tuning in too. Sorry, Jeff, you'll say.
I was just saying, shut up, Solo Pie.
Anyway, next we see Triple H making his entrance for a big announcement, which surprised me at the time. He talks about the crowd here making history with attendance of 16,000. I was going to say that apparently this is the biggest arena show in the history of arena shows for WWE. But you know what? I think it's true because I went to Ticketmaster, believe it or not. Okay. Do you know how much the freaking tickets were going for, dude?
Probably like $550.
Between $500 and $700. And I'm talking about not freaking usually $500 a few years ago would get you front row, bro. Right?
Sure.
This is like up in the stands, not the bleachers, but like second tier. You know what I mean? That's expensive for that type of seating. Usually you pay about $150.
I don't know who these people are who paying for these tickets. I have no idea. I'm not
That's
a poor
fucking
person, but I'm not a rich person either. I would never spend that kind of money to go to a wrestling show. I'm sorry. I'm very happy watching.
I pay big bucks to go to the wrestling if I can, right? But even that, I don't even know if I would do that. That is nuts. Yeah. Like, I hope that doesn't, I hope that doesn't happen to us. Apparently, it's only in the US.
I paid $130 to get Ravens tickets for next month.
Wow.
Per ticket, that's so it was $3.90. I mean, but it was $130 to get right where the teams come out of the entrance ramp, the town hall.
But that's worth it.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And there was 3 tickets, and there's 3 of us. It's sort of hard to get 3 tickets together, you know.
Yeah, they shouldn't do that. But the fact that people still absolutely pay for that, it just blows my mind, man. But and it's going to be, our fault that this happens. The more that people pay for this shit, the more they're going to do it, and they're just absolutely going hard. But hello, Sunny Bowling. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Haven't seen you around, but nevertheless, I'm glad you found us. Anyway, as we were talking about earlier, we spoke about this kind of. We did allude to Goldberg and Gunther, which I love that interaction though.
His boy is growing up big and strong. Gage Goldberg.
My God, has he ever? Wow. Yeah. Dude, it felt like 2 years ago that we saw the little kid version. But really, it was probably 10 years ago. I mean, how do kids grow like that?
That's exactly what happens to kids.
Unbelievable, man, because it just doesn't feel right. It makes me feel way older than I am. Well, I am old, but you know what I mean? Wow. And it's not right, Jeff. I don't like seeing that. But have you seen Steiner's kid? And I'm talking about Scott Steiner's kid. Have you actually seen him? I forgot to mention earlier.
Football picture where he's doing the double bicep. Yeah.
My God, tell me he's on a chip off the old block, and tell me he does not have a future in wrestling.
I'm sure. I mean, if he's anything like his cousin, I'm sure he'll have a future in wrestling. I mean, have another Steiner brothers.
The new Steiner brothers. Oh my God, the Steiner cousins, I guess. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, they'll just call them Steiners at this point. They'll call them the Breakers. The Breakers. Maybe they'll make them brothers in kayfabe. Then they'll call them the Breaker Brothers.
It's been a while since we've had kayfabe brothers, dude. When was the last time we had kayfabe brothers? Probably Edge and Christian.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sort of. I mean, Undertaker and Kane were sort of around the same time.
Yeah, but that was a little before that, though. Then was it? No, maybe not.
Devon and Bubba.
Yeah, but that was even before that. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like in recent years, I don't think we've had that though. And plus, they were half brothers, though, technically.
Who? Oh, okay.
Devon and Bubba were half brothers technically.
I don't know. I'd have to give it some thought. I'm not really sure. That might be. Yeah.
Well, anyway, before I move on, the Gunther Goldberg interaction was great. I loved it. I mean, then we had Sami Zayn. The only thing that made me feel uncomfortable, we brought this up earlier, that's why I'm just glossing over it right now, is the fact we had an Austrian/German, a Jewish man, and an Arab in this little conflict. It just
Nobel
blew my
Peace
mind
Prize.
that would happen. Sorry?
Nobel Peace Prize.
Not for Triple H, that's for sure.
Triple H
But
just
anyway,
book your trip to Stockholm now. Isn't that where they give it in Stockholm?
yeah, I think so.
Or is it Helsinki, Finland? I can't remember. Or is it Oslo? Which one?
Oh,
It's Scandinavian. I think it's Stockholm. I don't know.
I'm
Whatever.
pretty sure it's Stockholm. I'm pretty sure it's Sweden, bro.
Yeah, Sweden sounds good. Yeah, it's like the king of Sweden that gives it, right?
Sverige, that's what they say the Sweden is in Swedish. Sverige.
Right. King Beowulf.
Anyway, we see Metro Boomin backstage. As he says he told Cody to handle his business. Everybody holds their noses as Chelsea Green rolls up. She tries to flounce off with Piper Niven, but Piper wants to stay, so she goes off alone and sad. Yeah. First of all, they were covering their noses, not because of Chelsea smelling like shit, but because there was a whole bunch of smoke going on in the background. That's why they were really covering their
They were
noses.
covering the nose because of Chelsea. This is a storyline, and I think they're doing this on purpose to say, Tony Storm, you're not you walked away and you got over for a year, and now look at you. You're nowhere.
Could be. I think we're going to get a hot mess comeback, but in a different sort of way. Not the married way, but more the...
I get all I know is that Chelsea has been she is the wrestler of the year for the wrestler who has accomplished nothing, basically. Like no fake titles.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess she had the tag titles a couple times, but I don't know. And if she is not the first women's mid-card title, whatever they call it, I don't want them to call it the Intercontinental title. Let's say the TV Championship, whatever, make it up. Whatever there is. She absolutely
the Netflix Women's Championship.
And Piper as her heater is perfect.
Interesting. Yeah, look, she's great, man. She gets it. She knows her role, and that's what matters. She doesn't care about any belt. She even says it herself. But Zane plays R&R. Hi, another new listener that I've never seen before. So thank you for joining us. And I'm revamped. I'm sure Chelsea would have showered by now too, but
she looked
maybe her coochie kind of stinks.
Her hair looked fresh. She was dressed nicely.
Yeah, no, she looked great as always. But Solly thinks that Bron Breakker wins a Rumble and faces Gunther.
Okay, so this is something. Listen, I know you guys do a Raw review. This is what I hate the WWE does. The guy loses his Intercontinental Championship, and he's trying to insert himself into the world title picture, and I hate that. I hate it, hate it, hate it. He should be trying to get his Intercontinental Championship back. I don't like losing upwards. Not that easily anyway. At least Gunther, had to do one King of the Ring and, and all of that stuff to get there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Lawrence Richards, it was a great show. It was a great show, and thank you for joining us also. Getting a whole bunch of new listeners, I've noticed. Solo thinks that Chelsea Green is a star. She should have won Money in the Bank. I totally agree with you, man. I was saying that back then too.
She doesn't.
But in saying that, you're right. Spot on. She doesn't. She's Teflon, man. Doesn't matter if she loses.
She's the MVP of the women's division.
I agree with you on that. No shit, I really do. I couldn't say any better things about Chelsea than what you have. I totally agree with that. Anyway, let's move on though. Speaking of women, to the next matchup, and it is for your WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship between Liv Morgan, your champion, versus Rhea Bloody Ripley, and Dominik Mysterio is also suspended up high in a shark cage for this one. Oh boy, dude, I'm not gonna. I'll get to that point, but look, this match was good. Wasn't the best, but still good. It was a good match. Liv Morgan has improved tenfold. over the years. Let's be honest. I mean, she used to suck really bad at one point. I think now she understands her character. She understands who she is. She's great in the ring now. She actually knows psychology now in the ring also. I think she's too into Dom, though. I'm not going to lie. If I was Dom's, wife, I'd be a little
Can you blame
uncomfortable
her?
because she jumps on. Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, put it this way: if you're Dom, and you've got your lovely wife in La Sicaria, and we know why she's called La Sicaria, but if you were Dom and you were in this middle of this storyline, I know it's only acting and whatnot, but Liv was jumping all over you.
All right, Rikishi.
Like
it's acting.
I know, but this can get blown out of proportion a little bit. And I feel like Liv Morgan gets
that Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's marriage got broken up because Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were fooling around on a movie set, but that's actually not the norm. So,
right.
I mean, it's acting. It's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. This has happened before. I just think, look, she has stopped kissing.
Seriously, look at Dom. He's ridiculous.
I know, but I can see girls finding him cute because of his ridiculous look. Do you know what I'm saying, dude? You know this.
No, I do not. No one's going to fight over that. That's the funny part about it. But listen,
You'd be surprised.
This match was amazing. The shark cage was hysterical. I knew Dominik was going to get out of it. I knew that Rhea Ripley was going to win because of a disqualification and Liv was going to retain. Someone else picked Raquel being there. I didn't really think about it until I saw the pre-show package and Liv was talking about her tag team.
I know who you're talking about too. You're talking about KC, right?
Yeah, that's the only time it
that's why that made me think about it too.
And you know what?
When he said that, I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I bet that it was a today decision to do it or not, because I think with her condition,
Really?
I'm never sure when she can, when she get those hives or not. So it could have gone either way with the same result. But anyway, I thought this was great. Everything was great except for why is Raquel Rodriguez wearing that ridiculous top? It was
that's what I'm saying, dude. If she was listening, she said the same thing about Raquel's top. What you said?
Nobody wants to see those little boobs. Cover up
her little boobs. They look like little fat like things. They're not even like boob. When I say fat, I'm not talking about like big. I'm talking about like body fat as tits. They just look feral, dude. They look ugly. They just, I don't know. Sorry, Raquel, if you're listening to this, don't kill yourself over it.
Yeah, just cover up. Like the things that the Gorillas of Destiny wear, like those vests all the way up. Wear that.
Yeah, that's it. Wear that shit. But they'll make her look flat chested big time, though.
It's not nearly as impressive as you think it is. Bianca's is more impressive. Rhea's is more impressive. Jane's is far more impressive.
Long shot, please.
Tiffy's is more impressive. It ain't.
Tiffy's great.
When you do that whole flex, it don't look like nothing.
Yeah, girl, if Vince was there, he'll tell you to go and get a pair of tits, basically. Otherwise, you'd be fired. So I'm just saying, you're not a bad-looking woman, but for a tall Latina chick, she needs tits, man.
But I'm glad she's not smiling anymore. I'm glad she's doing the heel and listen, I think the Diesel Shawn with Dom thing, I think this is great. It's got legs on it.
Oh God, if they go that route.
And you know what? And you know what WWE's been really good about doing the last couple of years under Triple H that's sort of been forgotten in WWE and other companies too. Feuds that don't involve titles, that matter. We used to have them at WrestleMania where you'd have these feuds that matter that didn't involve titles, whether it was Haku or I was a Junkyard Dog and Harley Race and Jake Roberts and Andre and
Big John Studd and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, for crying out loud.
That's right, Jake the Snake Roberts and Rick Rude. Things that didn't need
Jake the Snake Roberts and Ricky Steamboat, even.
Absolutely. Savage Steamboat. I mean, it was
the Bell incident. That was great television back then.
Just stuff. Not everything needs to involve a title to be a good feud. I mean, wrestling, people feel like they're doing. That's the thing about Chelsea Green. She's barely in the title picture. A little bit tag teams, but not really. She's sort of a placeholder, perfect placeholder for like everything. Anyway, so kudos to Trips
100%.
for doing that. He might have learned a little bit of that from Shawn, who's been doing it on NXT.
Oh, yeah, I could see that, possibly, for sure.
Because Vince forgot how to do it.
You know what scared me though, dude? The way Dom fell out of the cage. I literally shat bricks, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? He slipped. He's gonna land on his head. That's what went through my mind. And then I see his leg get caught. I'm like, oh my god, they didn't just do that.
Well, it wasn't. I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
he had a complete wraparound strap
Right,
there. I
right, right.
mean,
But I didn't know that yet though. So for a moment, I'm like, he's gonna land on his head. Like I legitimately thought he was
I,
gone. Like that's it. He's dead.
and then the whole pinata thing. It was good. It was all
I
good.
get it. He was in jail.
This was exactly what I thought it was going. And but by the way, wasn't you and I that had the conversation? And you thought that Rhea had like a tattoo on her ass, and clearly she
Oh
didn't.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Clearly,
I didn't notice it this
her
time.
inner ass cheeks are clean.
Yeah,
That
but
was obviously fabric.
okay. I thought that initially at first too, but the vet did point it out more than once, and in numerous matches you do see that black, whatever it was.
I only saw it that one time, and I'm telling you, I would listen. I'm the one that saw Takeshi and just kept going mole.
Yeah,
Mole.
and I fucking hate you for that ever since. And I would absolutely hate vet if you got me onto that, and I see it all
That
the
was
time
wrong.
because it's such a
So
turn off,
hate him for
man.
being wrong.
I'll bring that up to him later on for that direct gauge later on. There's a few things in the before we move on in the chat over here.
Might be punishment enough to
Yeah.
have to watch all that AEW.
Oh, God, I'm going to do it
Yeah,
right
we
after the
mentioned
show,
top of the show
unfortunately.
there, Lawrence Richards.
Yeah,
You
we
can't
did,
miss
Lawrence.
anything
Yeah,
here on the HMG.
yeah, it was on social media. Spoke about it at the start of the show. So if rewind and listen to the sign, you'll see. Someone says she can cut a promo. She got the look. Book her correct. She'll cook 99% of the women. Can't cut a promo. Are you talking about Liv or Raquel there, by the way?
I think she's
Also,
talking
the Money in the
about
Bank, the fans right there with Chelsea Green. I agree
yeah, I think he's talking about Chelsea.
about Chelsea and Money in the Bank. Okay.
What is it?
Stovo, bro. What's up, guys?
Cool
Stovo,
logo.
bro.
Avatar.
I like that too, actually. That's
Where's
true.
Homeboy?
Thank you for joining us, man. Is
Homeboy,
Bad Blood finished?
he's talking both of us, isn't even watching when we're both on together.
Yeah, I know. And I actually played FIFA with
Oh, I
Homeboy 2 days
know.
ago.
Believe me, I know.
He's such a fucking. I see something else, Homeboy. I
I'm
love him,
telling
but
you,
god damn it, man.
you should fly to Hawaii from Australia. He should fly there from wherever he is in Southern
Hawaii.
California. The two of you should just fucking get it over with.
No, he's the one that's got. Anyway, don't even go there, Jeff. God, crying out
The
loud.
two of you should go fucking get it over with. Just be done with it. Just get out of your
No
system.
comment. Anyway, no comment. I'm not going to go there. But Revan says anything I could think of is Owen Hart. Me too, by the way. No, what? Bobby Lashley, what?
Moment?
Yeah, but we can't give that moment yet until he comes back, and I'll give you that moment when he does.
Oh, I'm sorry. I may love Bobby Lashley, but I'm gonna have to file for divorce because my commitment was not to watch AEW.
Well, now you're gonna have to watch AEW. If you love Lashley as much as you fucking say you do, you're gonna be watching AEW because of him.
He's
Mark my words.
He's out of my age range now.
You being dead serious, right? You're still not gonna watch AEW because of. Oh man, I'm sure you watched the first episode.
I mean, I may sneak a YouTube. I mean, just can you imagine Bobby Lashley having to sell for Nick Jackson or
dude? I'm telling you, if they do that, I retire from doing any AEW show. I won't be able to take that shit. If they do that, forget it. Yeah, he does, Josh, and it's a great channel actually. Yeah, check it out, Jeff. Check out his YouTube channel. It is great content, man. If you haven't already. Yeah, you're probably right, Revamped. God damn it.
I'll check out his YouTube channel if he comes on the Book of Black as a guest.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually. That'd be very great. Would he talk wrestling still? Does he talk any wrestling at all, actually?
Only stories and things.
And does he watch it? Does he keep up with it?
He watches the WWE PLEs.
I don't blame you.
And I think that's sort of about it. I think maybe he keeps up with some of his friends and checks out some of their shows and stuff like that.
No AEW for him either.
No, he's. I mean, first of all, he's rehabbing his knee. It's like his first in-ring injury in like 26 years in the business. He's doing like two other things. He's got a bunch of projects, and he's planning a wedding. So he's
getting married, is he?
Yeah, and apparently they're going to have two weddings on two different continents. So
Ooh, so I assume one in Africa and one in the US.
No, well, one in Africa and one in Eretz Yisrael.
Where? Israel.
Israel, yeah. He's married an
Really?
Israeli.
Wait.
He's actually wearing a Star of David now.
No, he's not from South Africa,
He is from South Africa. That's
but
where
he's
the
Jewish
other
then.
wedding
He's got
came.
to be Jewish, right?
He's not, but he's on his way. I said, what the hell are you doing? Why do you want to
Wow.
become a dinosaur?
He's pussy whips. Sorry, PJ, just saying. Can I call him PJ Black?
Well, that's his name. That's what he goes by. I mean, it's not his
That's
real
all.
name,
That's
but
awesome.
man, yeah.
I know, but it's funny, man, that you told me that.
It's funny when
Wow,
you do
power
a
of
show,
the US
and
as well.
you've done it too, when you do a show with the wrestlers, but and like some of the people call him Justin, some of them call him his real name, some of them call him PJ, some of them have nicknames. You
Yeah,
know,
it's always awkward, man. Like when the vet introduced me to some wrestlers, like for example, my God, I forgot the freaking tag team. They got released. See, I go blank. As in, Jesus, what's wrong with me? Doesn't matter now. Forget I even said that, man, because for some reason I've gone
grizzled young
blank.
veterans.
I've gone fucking blank. But the point is, I wasn't sure what to call them myself. You know what I mean? When you first just meet them, because I like to see how they introduce themselves, if anything, first. But
Right.
yeah. So it
Well,
says, as we say in the UK, under the finger.
yeah.
I'm talking about
Well,
the
we spoke with
Ascension, by the way. There we
Mark
go.
Haskins. He called them skins, and I'm like, you know what? We
Oh
just met. I think I'm going to
no!
stick to Mark.
Wow. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that, man.
Yeah,
But
I'm
anyway,
not calling any dude that I don't know skins.
yeah, no, that's fucked up. It's just like what Tiffy said
Well, it's not
to
skins.
Bayley when she called her Pam by accident.
Right, yeah. She botched that one.
I felt like
Pam,
they took
Bayley.
liberties on her. Yeah, they took liberties on her after that, man. I don't know if you noticed, they were throwing some potatoes at her, dude.
I didn't.
Well, anyway, speaking of
I only
potatoes,
noticed a couple of potatoes.
hot potato, hot potato.
Hmm.
That's the potatoes, right, Jeff? God
That's
damn
right.
it! Why did I say that? Well, anywho, do you like pinatas?
I do.
Well, apparently Dom doesn't because he got whacked to hell by Rhea Ripley, man. I forgot to mention. I just want to bring that up, dude. How hard was she hitting him? It was ridiculous. I
Not
mean,
hard enough.
seriously, the
The
poor
candy fell out.
Oh, yeah, true. There was wasn't actually a pinata in here,
Oh,
was he? But I didn't know we had a winner in this match. To me, it seemed like a no contest. But Rhea Ripley apparently won by disqualification. They didn't
exactly.
say that on the show that I can recall.
Yeah. No, the ref rang the bell. It was, and then they did the Liv Morgan pin, and they said purely symbolic. So yeah, they didn't emphasize it though. But yeah, technically in the books, and at this point, I'm 2-2.
At this point, I am actually cruising until the main event because I've only got
Oh.
one wrong so far, two wrong, obviously the main event. But before we get to the main, we
Hmm.
get a cryptic Detroit Skyline video that I'm assuming is for the Motor City Machine Guns. What was
Yeah,
this?
yeah, it was. It was scenes of Detroit.
So, am I assuming correctly? Do you think this is for Motor City
Yes,
Machine Guns?
yes.
So
I mean,
are we
it's
expecting
so
these
funny to
guys
see
on the
these
main?
two guys. Between the two of them, they're 310 pounds on SmackDown. But okay,
That's all right because Detroit's down here, bro. Can't you see?
what?
It's down here. Detroit, according to them, is down here.
Oh, you mean
You know,
in the
they put
state on the
up there.
Is that where they're geographically in on Michigan? Is
Well,
that what you're
technically,
talking
they
about?
should be around here somewhere, right? But they always point to here.
Well, I mean, yeah, no one said everybody has to be smart or know where they're from or know
I
maps.
hate the Sabins. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not interested in the Motor City Machine Guns even a little bit. I mean, they were interesting for a few minutes, like in what 2010.
Yeah, even even earlier than that. I actually do like their theme song. I doubt they'll be using the same song. It'd be cool if they do, though. That's it. That's all I liked about them. But yeah, they're both in their mid-40s at this point. What are you gonna
Yeah,
do with them?
and they're little fellas,
And they're little fellas, right? They're two little
especially
fellas.
Saban.
And Chris Sabin's got a big head, just quietly. But
And he's got like a
I
Beatles
digress.
haircut. He's like Orange Cassidy
I
size.
can't stand him. I can't. I've never been a fan of. Ever since Kurt Angle said he stinks. Oh, there goes my camera. God
Oh my
damn it!
goodness.
Ever since, yeah, good timing. Ever
Oh,
since, ever since
good
he said,
promo for the wreckage, though.
"True, there's that wreckage,"
Mhm.
which is the AEW wreckage now. It's not just the collision, but it is after the collision. We sift through the wreckage. But anyway, what was I saying? You threw me off there, but it doesn't matter. The point is,
You don't like Chris
let's
Sabin,
move on to
especially
the main
after Kurt
event.
Angle said he sucked.
Oh yeah. Don't like them. They can piss off, but here they come, I guess. Solo wants to know, did you see how Rhea Ripley hit Morgan with her shoe? You heard Morgan scream, camera cut it off. Dude, they were going pretty hard on each other. Rhea was just, I don't know, Rhea was swinging for the fences. What impresses me though, for a little chick like little chick in Liv Morgan, I've noticed she's become a lot better in a sort of catch wrestling style, like submissions, sort of reversals. She's improved tenfold in chain wrestling, if you know what I mean.
She's improved in every area in the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was on Raw. Yeah, we probably would have touched on that. Solo, man, when you watch so much wrestling and then having to talk about it, it's easy to forget sometimes what what happened last week on Raw, especially after watching a pay-per-view now. So I guess, if I'm sure you checked out the I Like a Raw, I'm pretty sure we might have touched on it then, or we didn't, who knows. But yeah, it's hard sometimes to even remember shit. But anyway, Jeff, let's get into the main event, shall we?
Sure.
Because it is sorry, were you gonna say something there, Jeff?
No, I was gonna say sure.
Sure, I'll get my other camera working in the meantime for you, Jeff, because I'm sure
Great.
you want to see my pretty face.
Absolutely. Everyone does.
Or if you don't, everybody wants to see my pretty face.
That's right.
But
All the
anyway, while I
millions.
do that, and millions of the
Well,
fans.
here's a good time to tell them to hit like and subscribe and share with their friends and stuff like that. Hit your
Me,
notification button.
absolutely, man. I have to, man, because you know what? Ever since we started doing that, I've noticed our subscriber numbers have gone way up.
There you go.
So I appreciate that, y'all.
You can be a patron.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at
Oh
me,
man,
part
does this
timer.
shit work? Why is it not working?
Oh,
Sorry, Jeff. I'm trying to get my camera working. It's not working.
fantastic.
Oh, here
My
we go.
television.
There we go. That's my shitty camera now, but
What are you,
unfortunately,
underwater?
look at you.
Are you in a fish
Yeah, I'm in
tank?
water. I don't know what's going
Prince
on.
Namor
What?
over there.
I don't know what's wrong with this shit, bro. Anyway, for now, it's gonna have to do. We're going blue. I'm a blue. I'm blue. I'm a blue type of guy, I guess.
It's
So yeah,
Avatar, everyone.
I honestly I don't know why it's blue. It's not blue in here. I don't understand.
It's the
Anyway,
blue meanie,
whatever. It is what
everyone.
it is. It is the American Nightmare in Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline in the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu and the solo of all solos in Solo Sikoa. Again, started off a bit slow, but as it should, they're doing all the psychology things in this match. Um, absolutely, we're on X. But wait till the end of the show, and we'll get to that when
Triple
we
X,
do.
dude. Triple X.
Triple X, absolutely. Um, Again, this match impressed, except you know what I noticed when Roman Reigns was coming out. What was the point of having all those people there to play shit when it clearly looked like they weren't really playing his theme song? Excuse me.
They were there to acknowledge him.
No, but really, did you notice that? Like they weren't really like, I don't know, man. It felt like it was just I don't know if it's a CD or a USB or whatever they play on. It just felt like they played his normal tune and that's it.
Okay. Well, they were already there. What are they going to do? Send them away?
Why pay for these people if they're useless?
They're not useless. They were made pretty scenery. I don't know. They did their thing. They
Really?
wanted to
Really?
acknowledge him.
Well, this is what I felt for. What was it called? What was this percussion band called again?
It was the marching band for University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
No, Georgia. Wasn't it Georgia?
Yeah, but this band wasn't from Georgia.
Well, whatever. Whoever you guys are, this goes to you.
Good job.
That's how I felt. But anyway. So yeah, we see Roman Reigns come down. Their fans were really into him. Cody thinks he's Cody. I don't. What was Cody going for? The American Nightmare mask? Is he like a superhero himself? What was this? I know he's done it once before, but
yeah, it's. I mean, it's his tattoo, but he looks more like he's like Skeletor Hawkman.
it looks corny. Cody, just don't do it. It makes you look like you got a bigger head as well, if you know what I'm saying. And also, did he look a lot leaner tonight, or was I seeing things? He looked like he's lost weight for some reason to me.
He looked the same as always, but I mean, he was next to a superhero. He was next.
That's exactly what I said. And then you look at friggin' Roman Reigns, who comes out like a Greek god, legit. Chiseled as fuck, looking better than I've seen him ever. Looking healthy too, mind you. Yeah, he's leaned out, but it's in a positive way he's leaned out because he's gained a lot of muscle. Also, he's even got a friggin' 8-pack.
Yeah,
I mean Roman looked like
I'm a straight man, but he's a beautiful man.
He's very beautiful. He's very beautiful man. That's
Roman
Reigns.
They should just redo the entire Black Panther 2 movie with a male actor playing Black Panther and Roman Reigns playing Namor, and just redo it and make it right this time.
That's awesome. You kill me, Jeff. No shit, man. You're one funny guy, man.
Yeah.
But you know what? It deserves of this. For the beautiful man. That's what I'm going to say. Shout out to Roman. But yeah, he did look like a chiseled god. And when you look at Cody, and I was saying this to D, when I was standing next to each other right before the match was about to start, I looked at Cody, I looked at Roman, I'm like, Cody's a good champ, but goddamn it, look at this guy. You can't have them together, man. It really exposes Cody because Roman looks that good and that much money. He just drips with money. You know what I mean? You just got to put the belt straight back on him. And he's still more over than a champion, in my opinion, as we saw tonight. Everyone was just OTC. Everyone threw their ones up. I mean, Roman just impresses. He impressed me in this match, but he impressed me just by his presence alone tonight.
Oh, yeah. He's terrific. He is the head of the table. He's the biggest star in wrestling.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Biggest star in wrestling. There's no qualms about it. But anyway, 4 years. And I wasn't even mad at that. I can go another 4 years with him being champ.
Sure.
But anyway, I'm sure he will have another 4-year run. But essentially, look, it was a back and forth match. Jacob Fatu and his running hip attacks, dude, are just brutal. They scare me. Especially when he went and dude, one day someone's not going to put their head back in time and their head's going to fall off. The way this guy just attacks with his hips is...
This was the best solos looked in the match too. I mean, granted, he's with 3 other people who are at the top of their game, but this was the best that solos looked.
Oh yeah, no, for real, man. I don't like how people say that Solo doesn't deserve his spot. Yeah, okay, he got pushed pretty fast to the top, right?
That's the whole point of his character. He doesn't deserve it. He just took it.
Right, exactly. It's exactly what he's done here.
People are so used to cool heels, they forgot you're actually not supposed to like the heel. You're supposed to want them to lose.
Exactly. Spot on. And that's Pro Wrestling 101 right there. But unfortunately, and as the vet likes to say, what's the way to be a cool babyface these days? By being a heel. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately, the fans got to stop that shit. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, cheer the heels, whatever, but like, don't cheer them to the point of babyface them. I mean, because look at LA Knight is a good example, right? He was a heel, but because of the cheers, it turned him into babyface because he had no other choice. He just had to, you know what I mean? Right. And that's kind of annoys me in some ways.
But AJ Styles can turn it at any time. Now he's a babyface. He comes back, he's a babyface. They fake an injury, yay. I mean, no, it's
Why would they fake this injury though, Jeff? I've seen your calls. Your evil twin brother in Evil Dose.
uh-huh.
I believe it's someone else, not you. But even though it says apparently that's you, I don't even
Weird.
know anymore, Jeff. It is weird.
Nobody
But
does.
apparently, the Evil Dose of Doses thinks it was a work. But if that's the case, then he's still a heel, surely, right? I mean,
No, because it's
you don't think
kayfabe,
so?
but it's a shoot on TV. It's a work on TV that
So
you're
you
supposed
think
to.
it's a work shoot then?
No, I think that this is part of the storyline. He's not actually hurt. I mean, when they're really hurt,
It's a work shoot. That's
the
what I'm
camera
saying.
doesn't follow them and stay on them. It cuts away really quickly, and it doesn't do follow-up segments throughout the night.
But the thing is, they even showed replays, slow motion replays.
Yeah, look good.
The first, it looked like he could have potentially, done some damage to his leg. If it is a work, I know everyone's saying it's a work. He's done a great job. And that's what I said. If it's a work, he's done a great job at making it seem like a work.
He's been doing a great job for 25 years.
Absolutely, but I can see people turning over this, man. If they find, I don't know, we'll see.
Why?
So basically, the story is going to be has he still got it?
I mean, and if they do, what's the difference? He's 47. I mean, did anyone really miss him?
Unbelievable, dude.
Really? Does anyone miss Nakamura? No one's seen him in 5 months.
I mean, not that I missed him, but like,
do you miss Baron Corbin? Do you miss Apollo
he's phenomenal, like Revamp said.
Yeah,
Hell no, Apollo Crews.
actually miss
Don't
him.
even compare Apollo Crews to AJ. Come on, dude. Baron Corbin.
I'm just saying.
Come on, Jeff.
If you never saw them again,
Jeff,
what does it matter?
Yeah, but don't put him in the same bracket. But anyway,
You miss Charlie
as
Haas?
all the Charlie Haas. Yeah, the world's greatest tag team, right? Let's bring them back. Oops, I think we've already got that already. All we need is Kurt Angle at this point. Sorry?
Do you miss JTG?
JTG. Actually, I love the JTG. I'm not going to lie. I'd be cool to see.
Do you want to make Darren Young great again?
No, not Darren Young. Stay off my television, Darren Young. Just quietly. Don't ever. Yeah, no Darren Young. No Orlando Jordan. Remember him?
I do.
Speaking of, your types. But anyway,
what? Huh?
I'm not going to say it. But fuck it. I'll say it. It's pretty gay, Jeff. That's gay.
Oh.
It's gay as. I said it. There you go. But no one knows gay like Colin Wifesong. Just quietly. He's the gayest of the gays. That is very gay. But anyway, as this match goes on, I mean, we had diving splashes, we had super kicks, Bloodline super kick party, moonsaults. I mean, we had it all. Announce desks, whatever you wanted, we got in this match. Even Superman punches and Samoan spike duckings and crucifix pins, but nothing happens. Seeing Roman do a crucifix pin though on Solo was kind of weird because I've never seen him do a pin like that, which was cool to see. But as Roman is ready to finish this damn match, we see the Gorillas of Destiny are here for the distraction, and Solo hits a spear. But then Sikoa yells at Roman that he lied to him about being the next tribal chief. And there's a man in a mask and a hoodie on the floor as the Gorillas grab him, but he takes them both out with super kicks. And it's Big Jim Uso.
Yeah, Jimmy's back.
Oh, he's back. Yeet or no yeet? I'm not sure anymore, Jeff. Is it a yeet or no yeet?
I'm pretty sure he's back on board the yeet train.
It sounds like the yeast train, and that's not good. Let's hope he's not on the yeast train. But yeah, apparently, does this mean that Jey Uso now is possibly now going to also be with his brother again?
I would say that's almost a certainty. It's just a question of when. And I also think that, yes, Sami Zayn is the whole gang's going to get back together.
The whole gang? We're going to get full on Sami Zayn
as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. Well, not tomorrow, but the day after. Oh, yeah, technically tomorrow now for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens then.
Defending his Intercontinental Championship against Xavier Woods.
He can't be losing. Not this quick. Or could he?
He can be losing. I mean, I don't necessarily think he will be, but he can be, and it would make perfect sense. I mean,
It
War
would.
Games
That's
is
why
the next month.
I'm a bit worried now.
Yeah, I mean, but them. I don't think it really makes any sense for the good side of the bloodline to be walking in there with any gold.
Yeah, because it could cause friction, right? Per se.
I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't look like they're the ones that have any accolades or success. I mean, the other side should have all the good stuff.
Or do you keep Jey Uso separate from all this altogether? Because the thing is, I think it's for Jey, it would be going backwards. I think the best thing that happened to him was actually going to Raw, personally.
Listen, it's worked out magnificently. Like 5 of his shirts are in the top 10 sellers. Like Yeet, all different colors and hoodies.
True.
I mean, it's amazing. He's probably made more money in this past year, so can't argue with it. But Bloodline versus Bloodline is. I mean, even if he's on loan, him and Sammy are on loan. For just the show. I don't know. I don't know where else to go. I mean, you could have thrown Cody in there, but Kevin Owens basically guarantees that's not the case.
Right.
You don't know exactly where the other surprise, The Rock, is going, but you think he's either going to be on the bad guy side or he's going to be like the guest monitor, timekeeper, referee, something, in that, in some role. But if he's on the face team, he's not really going to be a face. So I don't know. But
no.
Ultimately,
and actually, let me get to that. But in the end, Cody. Sorry.
Yeah, ultimately,
I was
Jey
gonna say,
and Jimmy will be reunited. Of course, they will.
Okay, we'll see what happens there. But anyway, the point is, Cody and Roman do win via pinfall with a spear from Reigns on Solo Sikoa. But after the match, we see Jim or Jimmy, whatever you want to call him, and Roman have a lovely little reunion after the match. Reigns turns to Cody Rhodes as the American Nightmare gets himself to his feet and in the corner, and he and Roman stare each other down. But Ray and Jimmy leave peacefully. And then we see the Gorillas of Destiny attack Cody from behind, and Solo and Jacob join the beatdown. Jimmy sort of pleads with Roman for instructions, and Reigns gives the nod. And he was also saying, you promised him. So they go back to the ring. The OG Bloodline makes a save and clears the ring. Reigns ends up holding the undisputed WWE Championship title bout as Cody takes it back and gets back on his feet, and he gives it back to Rhodes in a show of respect. As then we see Cody raising the belt. But have no fear, because The Rock is here. As The Rock surveys the scene and puts an eyebrow up before throwing his 1 up, then 2, then 3, and then his music sort of plays again, and then he does a remark where he's going to chop all their heads off to end the show, which is the way he did it too. It was almost like, oh shit, you're all fucked. Basically, is this going to come down now? As we end the show, that this was The Rock's bloodline that he created with the Tongans and Solo and Jacob.
Or are they all his bloodline and he's tired of seeing them fighting? Or too many people have overstepped. I don't know what it is. It can mean a lot of things.
Now, see, The Rock needs to make an appearance on Raw this coming Monday, because if he doesn't, it kind of wastes this whole, and I don't even expect him to be on Raw anyway.
Or would he be on SmackDown?
Good point. No, he'd be on SmackDown. Sorry, you're right. Do we expect him to make this appearance on SmackDown?
I don't think so. Maybe a video.
Yeah, he's going to say something, but I love that. Just the way he went like that. It was like he was pissed. He meant that shit. But yeah, but Josh has got an interesting question that we didn't touch on. Will Jey Uso choose Bloodlines or Terror Twins for War Games? He does have storylines in both. That's a good question.
I think Terror Twins are done. I mean, I don't think that's a War Games thing. I mean, Jey has the Intercontinental title, and Rhea's busy with Raquel now, and Damien Priest. I don't know what he's got to do.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Solo wants to know, pardon me, The Rock versus Cody at Mania, then Roman versus Rock the following Mania for the title. That's a bit too long for Rock and Roman, though. Do you think, Jeff, he's getting older, The Rock?
I think that's a lot of planning for The Rock, who is A, getting older, and B, has a lot of commitments that are bigger money commitments. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
We'll see. It's a hard one to really predict.
I mean, The Rock is nowhere near getting old as far as seeing him and enjoying him. But I think if he's
Right.
on 4 Manias in a row or 3 Manias in a row, it's going to be like, yeah, come on, this feels a little Chris Jericho-y.
Oh, they say that. They never say that about the Grey One. Come on. But you're right. I see where you're coming from.
6
I
years
get
ago,
it.
you would have said that. Don't ever say that about Chris Jericho.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean,
I know I'm right.
you're spot on. Revamp also says it's SmackDown on USA. The Rock will probably show up as a surprise. 2 Manias though, Solo. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe we're wrong. But like Jeff said, it's hard. It's hard to see it that way. But we'll see. Maybe,
Well, it was
like
the
I said,
last
we're wrong.
Mania, then it'll be this Mania, and then the Mania
There'll be
afterwards.
3 Manias.
It'll be
Yeah,
3.
100%. So in saying that, Jeff, I guess we can take it. Yeah, he is 52 years old. He's
Yeah.
not getting any younger. Thank you, Josh.
No.
You just come on, man. Like imagine by 55, really. Don't get me wrong. For a guy in his 50s, the guy looks better than anybody I've seen.
For
There's
guy
no
in his
doubt
20s,
about it.
he looks great. I mean, yeah, come on.
You know, I dare say he looks better than he looks better now than he did in his 20s.
I don't know. Whatever. It's a silly conversation anyhow.
Really? Wow. Well, in saying that, I truly believe that, by the way. But in saying that, Jeff, you know what, man? If you had to grade this show, what would you grade it?
Started early, ended 3.5 hours. You got a bunch of surprises. Match of the year. The Rock came back. I mean, without The Rock coming back, I probably would have given it a solid B plus. With The Rock, I mean, I got to put it into A territory, so I'll go A minus because I, the 2 of the matches, I didn't think were like breathtaking.
Yeah, no, but you know what? I'm with you. I was going to go A minus as well. I've been throwing a lot of B's with WWE, but I'm going to go an A. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I knew, like, going into the pay per view, everybody didn't seem too sure. Everyone was sort of saying, it's a C grade pay per view, it's a B grade pay per view. Didn't freaking feel like it. I'm telling you, it didn't feel like it. It felt like a real big show. And it was a big show. Come on, you had The Rock. Look at the matchups. We had Bad Blood, literally. We had Hell in the Cell. I'm glad they actually, brought back that pay per view because I think you could do wonders for them in the future.
They all had all the legends and then wrestling royalty, and they had hip hop royalty, and they had current stars.
It was a hip hop and wrestling celebration. It felt like.
Yeah, I mean they had the band there from the
Mania
Black University. I mean, what Samantha Irvin singing?
Felt like it felt like a WrestleMania for Atlanta, but not really. But you know what I mean? It felt like a
Cody Mania.
Yeah.
Dusty Mania. I mean, you had 4 out of 5 Dusty finishes.
That's true. It was definitely Dusty Mania. We're in his neck of the woods per se. I mean, it felt very WCW-ish too, like a celebration of WCW since we were in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
I thought the announcement was going to be they were going to revamp WCW with the original cast since they were all there.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When they did that announcement, I was like, what's this? That would pop to me though. If they did that, oh my god. Sting from the rafters at 70 years old still
Michael Hayes, make up with Ric Flair. I mean, come on, he'll do anything for like I want $1.7 million. We'll give you $3,000. I'm there.
Revamped, they're not hip hop royalty, hell no. But you know what? They're today's hip hop.
Metro.
No, I like Metro Boomin, as a matter of fact. Metro Boomin got some more N-word.
I'm sorry, but hip hop royalty right now is under indictment and on suicide watch. So
I wouldn't call him royalty ever, by the way. He's always been overrated, to be honest. The diddler.
But he's always been known. Listen, if I know somebody's name,
they're a big deal. He's legendary because of Bad Boy Records, plain and simple. I'm just saying, his record label's what made him. Legitly, you know what I mean?
Problem. He did
more problems. Hey, I love that track. It's a classic, dude.
He did a song with Jimmy Page for Godzilla, for God's sake. And by God, I mean Marduk.
Oh, it is. I mean, come on, pal. Well, in saying that, so you gave it an A minus, correct? By the way,
yes.
I'll go with you. A- for me too. But
No,
you
you're
know
not
what? In
going with
saying
me.
that, if
You're in honor of that movie. You're coming with me.
I'm humming with,
That was the song that Jimmy Page and Sean Combs did, or Puff Daddy, or P Diddy did
oh
for the
yeah,
Godzilla
yeah,
movie. Come with me.
that's
Is it
true. That's true.
Cashmere?
That's true.
Come with me. Come with me.
I'm gonna play. I made a remix of well, my actually no, being around the world. You know, remember being around the world? Yeah,
Been
yeah, yeah,
around, I can't find
yeah,
my baby. I don't know, no, I don't know.
yeah. That I made a
Mhm.
remix of
Nope,
that.
never heard of it.
Um, but
I
anyway,
told you,
Jeff,
if it's before 1992, there's a pretty good chance I know what it is. If it's after 1992, 50-50 at best.
really after '92? Come on, Jeff.
If it's after 2015, I'd say
Hey,
there's a 15% chance I know what it is.
wow, that's crazy, dude. For real.
I can't name more than two Taylor Swift songs, and one of them is Bad Blood because I learned that this week.
Why is everyone bringing up Taylor Swift for crying out loud, man?
Because she's like the most famous person on earth.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And yes, Solo, he did get over because of Biggie, and also Tick That.
Yeah, and like a bunch of people getting killed, around them on both sides of the coast.
Well, allegedly, Jeff. Let's not make
Oh, there's nothing allegedly about people
accusation.
getting killed around them. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's something to it for sure. But speaking of people getting capped, how about you tell them where they can find you?
I don't know what you're trying to do with these sound effects, but you should have tested them out beforehand.
Well, what's happening? Does it sound off?
It doesn't sound like anything.
That's strange. Oh, so it's happening with you too.
It sounds like you're gurgling water, like you're drowning.
Okay, that. I'm glad you said that because that's interesting. All right, nah, cool. Now that
Yeah,
makes it
cool.
even more bizarre. If it's
Super
happening
dope.
with you, it shouldn't be happening to you. So it doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna play it. I'll do post production. But anyway, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the X at Icarus Fell MD or at Dose Evil. Pick your poison or go to both. My podcasts are Garden of Doom. You can find that wherever fine podcasts are, including, I think it's still on the Humming Media Group. I know it's on the Wrestling Soup Network, but, Apple, Spotify, Podbean, Spreaker, Amazon, you name it. And it comes with Garden Views and GOD Presents Book of Black, which is the 10th episode will drop next week, which is me and PJ Black, pro wrestler, talking about wrestlers, people in and around wrestling, about Garden of Doom stuff. And Garden Views is interesting. This week I'm talking to someone who's been a stuntman, a actor, a stunt coordinator, an action coordinator, ran a network, doing all the Hollywood stuff. So that'll be pretty cool. Last week I talked to a lawyer about the laws of armed conflict in space. And the beat goes on. So yeah, check out Garden of Doom, subscribe to that, then you get all of the Garden shows. And periodically you can find me on shows with Jimmy and assorted other folk, but I suppose I probably shouldn't promote any other folk on someone else's network.
Actually, speaking of that, can you hear the music by the way right now in the background?
Barely.
Okay, yeah, because it's low anyway. But speaking of that, I think we're forgetting something, Jeff. Are we doing something specifically tomorrow?
Well, allegedly, but yeah, I mean, I didn't know that was my job, but yeah, we're gonna do
Well,
we're gonna bring back outside interference, right?
that's right. Outside interference featuring AEW, where we talk what's wrong with AEW and how to fix possibly AEW. If you never caught the first one, go check it out, the pwcnetwork.popping.com, where you'll find the original outside interference. I might even put it up again just for everyone to see. That was a great concept show that Jeff and I did about 2 years ago now at this point, I think.
Yeah, we did the
About 2 years
WWE
ago.
one, but I think that almost all of the WWE ones they did, even the impossible one, which was get rid of Vince. The AEW one, I bet it all stands, and probably everything's gotten worse.
100%. So check that out. We're going to go live tomorrow right here on HMG and the PWC on YouTube, where we talk all things AEW. But before that, after the collision, what do we do, Jeff? Jeff, you tell me. What do we do?
Well, I'm not doing it, but you have to sift through the wreckage.
Yeah, but after what do I sift through?
Well, you just said after collision, you sift through the wreckage.
I
I don't know what that was.
It was just a little fucking bullshit that I got
Were
here.
you
But
blowing
anyway,
the chauffeur for Rosh Hashanah? You and the 40 million Jews in Melbourne?
let's not go there again right now. Actually, there's a lot of shit going on in Melbourne. There's all these pro-Palestinian shit going on here, and it's causing a lot of friction. Look into that. Actually, a lot of shit's going on between the Jewish population and the Hezbollah lot. It seems like, you know what I'm
There's
saying?
40 million Jews there, so they should be able to handle their business.
It's getting ugly. It's pretty bad. But anyway, we're not here to talk politics just yet. But anywho, tune in 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. I assume 8 a.m. Pacific. Jeff, is it something like that? Pacific time.
What?
Exactly. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to talk about direct and the times. So check us out. Me and the
11 Eastern.
11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, if it's 11 Eastern, it's
like
8 Pacific.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Also, Mr. Muhammad the King says Roman Reigns The Rock WrestleMania 41. Maybe we'll see. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining us, man. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you once again. If you want to follow me, Solo, this is my Twitter, by the way. If you want to follow me, you can at DJ Mass Effects. You'll see my head at DJ Mass Effects and also at the PWC Network. Also, like and subscribe right here at channelattitude.com, where for $5, not only do you get the best talk in all of pro wrestling, but also the realest talk in all of wrestling. Also, HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com for all our affiliate shows. And last but not least, promote the Hamin Media Group YouTube channel, please, and get us to 1,000 subscribers. It means the world if you guys do that. So please share it, like, subscribe, and just tell everybody where to find us because it will be really much appreciated. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. That is the evil doctor himself in Dr. Jeff Lippman, and you've been listening and watching HMG Bad Blood post-game show right here on the HMG and channelattitude.com, and we're out. Peace.